To find an empty house in the center of Prague is really difficult. To find access to the empty house is almost impossible. So it's an incredible luck or effort of the people who managed to organize it. And Prague actually doesn't really have such space which would be more permanent or even like changing from location to location where people would have like free access and they can behave differently.
No, it was difficult to find the house. It was not difficult to open it for the public because the house is private. So when we got the approval from the owner, we didn't ask anybody else if we can open it or not. So it was like the most difficult thing about the whole project was to find the place. And then it was also difficult because it was really a small time before the start to put it all together, to have it like one, to be it as a whole. But we got, actually the whole project is organized in the cooperation with the City Council of Prague. They gave us the grant, so they know about it. They just didn't know the location because we didn't know the location. And the mayor of City Council of Prague he really helped us to find this place. It is actually his
The choice for this house very fortunate since it's quite big. People can somehow find their own venue there, and people can wander around. It's not clear. It's more like labyrinth than official spaces like museum or gallery where you just come in one or two spaces and this is the situation, this is the art, this is not art. Here you have to use your brain a little bit to understand.
That the first reactions when they stepped in was like negative.
Protože ten prostor byl hrozně dlouho zavřený a byl hodně jako zanesený.
Because the space was closed for a long time.
Ale jako nějakým způsobem každýho přitahovalo, takže.
But it attracted people in some way.
Naděje, že vznikne něco důležitého.
So we had the hope that there will be some interesting and important things that will happen here.
I was very surprised because it's very dirty, maybe disgusting building, and maybe it's dangerous to get in. We know that it was like 10 years ago, it was a dentist clinic, but my feeling was that this place was where the crazy people are.
My first impression was that it's very beautiful, that the walls and the structures, the surface of the walls just talk by own language, and it was very great impression. And that time I had in my mind, and I already started my project about photographing architecture of homeless people. It connected to me very naturally that maybe my pictures would fit here very well because it's like abandoned house, maybe could be used as a squat.
So when we first came here, this room was full of dirt and full of bird rubbish and these things because they were all the time living here, and full of flies also. And as we planned to make the room quite simple and empty, he made this idea that maybe it should be quite nice to have this little thing inside, which is make it more like closer to the rest of the building. And also the first plan was not to cover all these things inside with dirt, the sound speakers and lamps and these. But then we just rather clean it because of people are sitting on the ground.
I like very much also this kind of still lives here, which were like art by itself. So I was thinking, is it really necessary to do it something with it or not? And why? Because it's a really interesting house here, just by itself.
Our students are very flexible and they like to make some improvisation, some object performance in very special, unknown, atypic places.
Jakože jestli jsme to nějak kontrolovali nebo ne, tak to jsme kontrolovali, že jo?
Kontrolovali. Jako jasně, že jsme to kontrolovali. Třeba opravdu, já nevím, co to říká, ale...
The dramaturgy of it, or the curatorship, was about to find art pieces and people who work in the way that they would like to correct something.
A ta indikace jako
to show us some situations which are not important, but the society is concentrated on it or is orientated towards it.
A ty umělci, kteří jsou vybraní, tak vlastně nějakým způsobem narušují.
And the artists, they disturb this orientation with their piece. So that was the concept of this conceptual exhibition.
And it was just open call, who is interested. Here they can just check, what people are thinking about. They have to really take a chance to find resources for the installation, to choose for the most efficient way. I think it's the only way for the contemporary artist to go into society or the public, to confront what is real and what is not real.
I like this connection with this place just because otherwise you can do it in some kind of normal gallery or something like that. If you want to exhibit collection of your paintings, then I think why especially here.